Hello everyone and welcome to the 6th episode of Saturday Night Discord, the podcast where we talk about absolute nonsense and sometimes useful stuff.
Sid, I know you were trying to do.
We
weren't close.
We recorded the 6th episode 2 days ago. This is the second 6th episode.
Yeah.
It's
Sixth
seven.
episode, take 2, baby.
We don't talk about that one.
Yeah, we don't talk about that one. That was
it's like our deep, dark, secret child.
It was airing out all of the dirty laundry.
Yeah.
It was airing out all of the dirty laundry. That's all it was.
It was just us venting.
Yeah, that's literally, yeah.
It was actually like a lot of Sid venting.
Yeah, it was a lot of, but I feel like that needed to just get out there.
It was a
Yeah.
lot of
Like,
old venting too. Like,
It was
how
like-
long ago?
It was like to
4 years, 3 years?
it was like to get it out on the podcast and that's it. We're not posting it.
yeah.
It's in the backlogs.
It's like our secret child.
You guys are gonna hate me. I was about to say Among Us venting.
Okay, guys, we
In
have
any
3
case,
members now.
I can vent about that too, but yeah. But yeah.
Yeah,
it was
so
so much
catch
good.
us next week for the 7th episode.
You mean the 3rd, 6th episode?
6th episode.
Yeah. I should I disclose? Should I explain that we're not gonna post next week?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna see this episode on
The
the 23rd of
That's-
July,
9 p.m.
7 p.m.
9.
or the 24th if I can't
Is it
edit.
7?
It's 7.
Really?
Or the it's always been 7.
We never post at 7 in time.
Okay. But if I post it Sunday, I post at 7.
Okay.
Except that last week I posted Tuesday at 3.
Wait, is 23rd a Sunday?
23rd is
Saturday.
tomorrow.
Today's the 22nd.
Today's Friday.
Yeah.
Friday
Oh.
then.
So we usually okay.
I thought it was
Okay, so
Wednesday.
I'm gonna back up a bit. So I'm going to India this upcoming Thursday, which is the 28th. So we were planning on, so we could put out some content, record a few episodes before I leave, and I mean I think it's no secret that I'm in India.
Yeah.
It's not like we're
Yeah.
trying to
I know,
pretend I'm
yeah.
here.
Atharv.
Oh no, I'm not yet, but by next week I'll be in
Wait, what if they're watching this?
India.
Never mind.
Okay, in any case.
Yeah,
I was going to be in India.
I'm gonna be in India,
Breaking
so
the fourth wall.
we're not gonna be posting next week. The 30th. Yeah,
Because that's going to be Atharv's travel.
I'm gonna be
time.
traveling. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be
It's almost
in the plane,
August.
getting off the
It's
plane,
almost
jet lagged. So I can't put out anything. But the next 2 weeks, I will have an episode out, each Saturday.
Yeah. So it won't even be that much of a break. It's just a one.
Yeah, it won't even look like I'm gone.
Yeah.
It'll just be for next week.
Yeah, I even grew out like some facial hair to
Oh.
show that like time has passed, you know?
Yeah.
Just to keep that continuity.
Oh, okay, got it,
Yeah,
got
I
it.
got you. Literally, it's been 2 days. It's literally just been 2 days.
I mean, in 1 week, wouldn't you shave anyway?
In
No,
1 week.
no,
I would
Sid.
shave I would have shaved today before coming. I shave every 2 days.
needed a shave
Oh.
today.
Every other day I have to
Really?
shave.
No,
I
Sid
shave
is
like
pretending
every 3
to-
days.
Really? I have to shave every other
Twice
day.
twice in a week I'll shave. Well, it's
Wow.
when it's right now it's like really short, but it's like stubby.
You can feel like, look, this is 2 days. Like,
Oh,
this is the
interesting
second
visual.
day.
Gee, mine has been like 3 or 4.
Why did that happen right in front of me?
Yeah.
Yeah, not me.
Yeah. I personally just don't like facial hair.
Dude.
I got it trimmed
I mean, trims.
when I went to get my haircut.
The
Oh,
issue
okay.
is the edges are sharp when you shave. It's not that it grows back faster. It's when you shave, it leaves sharp edges. So when it grows back, it's sharper.
Yeah,
that's why it
true.
looks different.
Yeah, but I found one razor, like no
Is it the
sponsor,
electric
but
one?
like no sponsor, but like, what is it? Gillette Pro Glide.
Dude, that's what I use.
You know
Dude,
Gillette?
that's the
The
best.
one with the swivel one?
Yeah.
That's what
Dude,
I use.
That is the best. That is the best thing.
Dude.
Did you get the like replacement heads from Costco?
Of
The
course.
giant yeah, bro, that thing changed my life.
Dude,
that
it's
is
so
the
good. It doesn't
best
even
one.
break.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't scratch.
And it
it's
feels
so smooth.
and you can go so hard on
You
it.
don't feel like you're shaving.
It's so
Did
nice.
you know Gillette made a razor with Bugatti?
Yes.
What?
It's actually a
Our
okay.
curtain popped off.
Nothing to see here.
It's not daytime.
We're not hiding any children behind there.
How would we hide children behind there, realistically, though?
Trevor, you could probably fit in there.
That's true. It's a pretty big gap. No, so
No, it's
Yeah,
the
Gillette.
blue one with the orange.
exactly.
It
Yeah.
looks so cool, but it
Bugatti
has,
was like
zero
enter in a
functionality.
giveaway and
Yeah.
you can win.
I saw it on
Gillette
Instagram.
Bugatti.
What's the point of taking something that you're just gonna rub on your face or on any other part of your body and just?
It's to do it fast.
Would you use those type of razors for
Is Gillette French?
anywhere else?
You can use it for. Well, I don't know about the Gillette
Gillette-
Pro Glide.
I don't think Pro Glide
Because
would work.
Pro Glide, you know what's the thing that's really cool about the Pro Glide? So it's 5 blade, like so usual razors that are like most of the time it's 3.
But you have the green thing at
Yeah.
the top and then the.
But it's like 3, right? The Pro Glide is 5. So because
Yeah.
of that, it doesn't let long hairs go through. So once you
Well, it
get to
does
your
and
like
it doesn't.
sideburns, when you get to like your sideburns, right? You can't go.
You don't
up that
start at
far.
your sideburns?
I don't start at my sideburns.
I start at my sideburns, go all the way till here, then go to the other side. Work my.
Really? I do. I sort of just go down the middle. I go down the
my
middle.
No,
God.
because
work
I'm
up,
really
I work
scared
up.
of cutting here. Like it's just a irrational fear, but I'm like really scared of like cutting my Adam's apple area because it's uneven. One, it's uneven, and two, like just
I don't care.
That's
I,
like
I
one of
just
your
start in the
weakest
middle of
areas,
my
I
cheek.
I
right here.
I most of the time start like around
I'm
here.
scared here.
Because
and-
here it's really difficult to get it. It
Dude,
like stays.
Sometimes I when I'm like you do this, right? When you go like that, so get
Yeah,
like
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Sometimes like there's a little bit left here. It bothers me so
Yeah.
much. I went to school like that one day. Whole day I'm just touching my face
Yeah,
like.
yeah,
God
yeah.
I
damn
don't
it.
start anywhere. Post India though, the podcast you may see a different Atharv.
Atharv's gonna
Are you
have
clean
2
shaving,
pigtails. Oh.
Dude, I want to see you clean shaven.
Yeah, I do
so bad.
too.
I really want to see a tar clean.
I'm
shaven.
really
I
scared.
can actually tie up my hair.
For what?
For a Atharv clean shave because he's gonna look.
I'm
he might
scared
look
of
like
it.
he's
I'm
sixth
scared
grade.
at first of everyone kind of clean shaven.
Yo, I look so weird. I've tried editing it in like Photoshop and stuff.
Atharv, that's a
But
weird-
like
I thought
Photoshop
you
is
would-
different from like real
Yeah,
life.
I know,
I
but
thought you'd use like a snap filter or something. Use that photo.
Yeah, he just stood
Yeah.
up on Photoshop. He spent the time in his room. He's just in his room, lights off. Just how do I look without facial?
no, I tried the snap filter too.
Is there a snap filter?
It wasn't a snap filter. It was a it was a snap.
There's like
filter.
There's
a
snap
ball-
filters for everything.
Yeah. Not
See,
everything.
the bald ones don't like. I feel like it just doesn't capture how you're actually gonna look because you can have like uneven head, like
Yeah.
egghead.
Egghead.
I think if I went bald, I'd just look like an.
I
egg.
feel like my head
I don't
is
know what the
uneven.
shape of my head is.
Dude,
Yeah, that's
your
true
scalp
because it's
is like
covered in
white.
hair.
Like
I know
it's
your
like-
scalp is white.
But it scared me.
What is
Oh,
it?
because
That's-
it's not like
not tan.
exposed to
Yeah.
sun.
And
Yeah.
and we all have
Oh,
really
that would be
black.
so
We all
weird.
have really black hair.
Yeah.
So it's less.
So like if
exposed.
I shaved my head, it would just be white.
It would be white.
Well,
but it would be
light skin.
really, really light. Yeah.
Yeah.
Until you
Man.
tan out. So literally, just after the haircut appointment, you book like a suntan appointment. Like, just
Honestly, it might be
100%.
good for like S&D, like getting the highlights.
You have that glare
Are
on
you
your
saying
head.
we all go bald for S&D?
Yeah.
Why don't we just wear bald caps? Okay, we don't have to tell them. You know.
No, but the bald caps don't have that same like glare on your head.
I think
They do. They're
do.
more
Oh, they
shiny.
do?
Yeah.
they're,
Because they're gonna be
they're
like.
actually-
It's really difficult to
wigs
get
are
in our
actually
skin tone.
really good.
Yeah.
In my
I
opinion.
know because I've tried one. It's a long story.
Have you ever been to the mall? And there's a wig shop.
Really?
Yeah, in the
Where? Which mall?
KOP.
Really?
There's a wig shop. We passed it like 3 times and we kept making jokes. You should get this wig. You should get
There's
that
a
wig.
wig shop.
Dude, I have a wig.
No,
I own a
like
wig.
it's
Wait,
not
what
it's not
for?
it's not a shop.
I don't know. We just bought it.
Oh.
Why?
We got
Really?
bored.
Is it like a?
My
like,
dad tried it on.
Could you fit the wig on your hair anymore?
What?
Could you fit the wig on your hair anymore?
No.
You tie.
Yeah.
You,
My hair like peeks
You
through.
put the you
There's
put
a
a
picture
cap
of me in
on
the wig.
and then you put the wig
There's
on.
a picture of me in the wig and a dress.
Oh,
No, but don't you
nice.
put like a hairnet on like the ones you use? in,
Yeah,
like,
you
Well,
could
I
kitchen
didn't
first?
because it was super like.
Sid's
low budget.
hair.
It was
Sid's
super
hair
low
is like.
budget, so-
Yeah, it like
Yeah.
expands.
You know what I see every time I go to the KOP mall? Victoria's Secret.
I mean,
Nice.
it's there.
It's
a
just no, it's
cross-
huge.
It's across from the Apple store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I walk out of the Apple store.
It's in a premium location. I will say that.
That-
It's like
that
No,
a,
it's,
area
it's in
of
like
the
the
mall.
center of every populated
It's also
store.
next to the Tesla. They moved the Tesla store since,
Oh,
but it's like
yeah,
next
they-
to the Tesla store.
Did they move the Tesla?
There-
store?
there
I was
was
wondering
no-
why
there
there
was
was
no
no
cars,
Tesla in it.
And
yeah.
no, they just don't have the cars in
Yeah, they don't have the
the
Why?
mall anymore. I don't know.
It's-
Maybe
it's
maybe
probably-
someone like dented it.
No, I'm pretty sure. It's like, the really shady thing about Tesla, they want to be on as many reservations as possible because they want to directly sell you the car instead of going through
Yeah.
a dealership, and on a reservation you can do that, but no states in the U.S. allow you to directly buy a car from the actual company. You have to do it through a dealership, which is really stupid. So Tesla's way around that is they have their thing on a reservation.
Got it.
Or you buy it online and they deliver.
Yeah, that's a very common thing. They just Amazon it. Like
Yeah.
you go online, you put a deposit down.
Smart.
So does someone drive it over, or is it
No,
taken on a truck?
It's brought to you on a truck, and then you can meet up in a parking lot, and then you drive away.
Yeah.
Commonly, you'll meet up in a dealership.
You can do that. You can do that a lot of. I know someone who got a Porsche, but they wanted to get one that was manual.
Oh,
Mhm.
But it's
you have to get it to
really
Europe.
difficult. It was
Yeah.
really difficult to get one. No, so they had one in like LA.
Oh, well,
So they
it's
had
LA,
to get
that's
it.
fair.
They had to get it like driven.
Yeah.
From LA
Driven?
to, like.
I'd
through
rather.
truck.
Oh, okay.
Like,
I'd
if
honestly-
it was actually driven here,
Yeah.
the mileage on that
No,
car would
driven
be.
through
The
truck
thing
dealers
is
and stuff,
though, if you that's expensive.
yeah. It is.
Getting it shipped across the U.S. Honestly, it might be fun to
Though,
at
you know
that
what's-
point, it might be fun to
Just
just pick
go
it up
th-
yourself and
And
drive
then
it
drive
home.
back.
Honestly, yeah.
Isn't
You
that
know
what
what's the-
Stradman did?
Yeah.
You know what's the only car I would do that for probably? If there's like a Rolls-Royce.
Wait,
yeah,
wait,
actually,
Rolls-Royce so
I'd be.
bad.
Here's the thing with the Rolls-Royce, okay? Okay,
Who's
okay.
Rolls-Royce
Here's my
owned
thing
by?
with the Rolls-Royce.
Yeah.
Okay,
Wait,
All right.
Atharv, who are they owned by?
BMW.
Really?
Yeah,
that's
Rolls-Royce
kinda-
is owned by
that's kinda
BMW.
screwed.
If you go to some of their cars,
Yeah.
the unlock sound is same as like the X5.
But it's like that little.
Yeah, the doot doot. Yeah.
I hate
Dude,
that
but
thing
those
so
cars-
much.
So okay, here's the thing with Rolls-Royce. I think for a luxury brand, the luxury they offer, of course the brand name is one thing, right?
Double R.
The luxury they so of course man, okay. Here we go. Okay. So you have two types of Rolls-Royces. There's the driver-oriented Rolls-Royces, the two-door
Yeah.
coupes, the Phantom
Yes,
drop head,
Phantom,
and
yeah.
then
I believe so.
the
I don't.
Wraith, I think.
I don't.
The Ghost
care,
is
no.
the luxury one. The Wraith and the Phantom, I think, are the two.
Is the Ghost the big one?
Yeah, they're driver-oriented.
Yeah.
It's for a drive, but it's also nice and luxurious. But the back seats are small. Then you have the more passenger-oriented cars.
Yeah.
These are the ones that you get a
Yeah.
chauffeur for.
The
Those are like
weddings.
The Ghost.
Those are.
Yeah.
I went to a wedding and they left in a Rolls Royce.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
They got it rented. I don't know if they rent. No,
How
it was.
do you rent a Rolls Royce? Because the thing with the
You-
Rolls
you-
Royce
you-
is you need to be someone
Yeah.
of power and stuff, and
So-
you need to like
If
get
you
it
can
done.
rent a Rolls Royce.
You can
can
rent.
rent
You
one?
can rent one, but the thing is, so they had this person's wedding we went to. They had a lot of money. Like
Okay.
they're very like they're doctors.
You
for the
can
family,
no.
so-
Here's the thing. If you
It wasn't a money
have
thing.
like
if you have
like
enough money,
our
you can
families-
rent it.
you don't need to have like crazy amounts. Our families, if we found the right rental agency, they'll lend us a Rolls Royce for the day.
But like,
But
to
we have
buy
to-
one,
you have to pay a lot,
But
but-
to own one, you need to be
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
a position of power
Which
because
is-
you
well,
need to fit their brand.
to
you
I
need
buy
fit
them
their brand
new.
image. Yeah, because
you can buy them used from
Yeah, that's what
anywhere.
I'm saying. You can get them used from anywhere.
I
but
like
to
and
It's
get
the
hate
same. With,
that.
I hate that.
Because the thing
I
is,
like
it's
and hate
custom.
it.
Because the thing is, it's custom. The reason why I was watching. Have you seen the So Expensive videos?
Yes.
They did one on Rolls Royce, and one of the things that they said is the reason why is because it's customizable from end to end. Like
Yeah.
literally
Jeffree
every
Star's Rolls Royce. Have
single-
you seen that?
No, I haven't.
It's insane.
It's the
like
inside is like the inside is like full pink. Like they have
the outside
the
is pink. The inside
inside's
is
purple, right?
Yeah.
You
no,
can
it's
change-
white.
wait, so
It's
you can
white
change
and
whatever
pink
you
at the
want?
top.
Oh,
Yes,
I
literally
forget.
every
Whatever.
single.
The
It
point
has
is,
a really
Jeffree
cool roof
Stars.
with the stars.
It's not my taste,
Yeah,
But it's sick.
but it's a really
you have
like,
to
sick build.
admire the.
You have to
Um,
respect the
yeah.
build,
Yeah.
but like I hate it. But you have to respect the build.
yeah, but like the thing is, that's why. See, that's why if you're in a position of power and stuff, that's why you get it new. Because if you get it
That's-
used, then you're at the mercy of whatever.
Okay,
was
so
created
I
to be, you know what
don't
I mean?
with Rolls Royce. I'm okay with that policy. Okay, so let me finish my thing with Rolls Royce,
Are you
and then I'm
gonna-
gonna get to that
Ferrari.
because I have a like a rant on
the
that.
dead mouse
but
one.
yeah,
Oh,
I'll
that's
explain.
so
but like
stupid, I
so
hate it. Ferrari.
Rolls Royce, and then you have the more luxury oriented ones, and of course the Starliner is just
Yeah,
on its
yeah,
own.
yeah,
That's the one
And
Jeffree
then-
Star has.
Yeah, most of the more expensive
Jeffree
ones
Star
have
has
the Starliners.
such sick cars.
And then you have the nice like luxurious seats, the champagne fridge and all that. Honestly though, I'm gonna be completely honest. Outside most of what you're paying for when you buy a Rolls Royce, of course the quality is impeccable, but a lot of what you're paying for is the
name
the name Rolls-Royce. Arguably, a lot of my box for 100,000 less, some 150,000 less, provide more luxury.
But the thing is, that's how a lot of cars are. Though.
Exactly.
It's just how cars are.
Exactly.
Brand name matters so much.
Hell, a Bentley Bentayga, which you have to pay $250 grand. Excellent car, super fast.
Weren't you going to buy one?
Well, we were looking into like a used Bentley because you can get them really low price.
Yeah.
Low price for a Bentley,
Yeah.
but like high price for any other car. But so the thing is, so Bentley Bentayga $250 grand. Genesis GV80 70 grand.
Genesis
max,
actually is making
but
really cool
they're
EVs.
insane.
Yeah.
Genesis
Genesis is built different.
in my opinion, Genesis is the best car if you want luxury for low price.
Okay.
By low price, 70 grand is the max with every spec
See, the
on
thing
their
is,
SUV.
unless you're going insane luxury, if you're buying a coupe or if you're buying a sedan,
I prefer performance over.
Yeah, I would prefer the drive because you're buying
But
a
that's
sedan sort of thing. For
That's
that
a
reason.
subjective thing. A lot of
That's
people
true.
do prefer luxury, especially if you
It's the Mercedes.
have a family.
The SUVs make sense. Like the GL 630? Whatever the
The GL63 is the
Is it 63?
Wait.
No, the SUV. The Mercedes SUV that you see on the road. It's
just-
GL something.
No, you're right. GL63 is the SUV. G63 is the Jeep.
Because if you
Okay. So like Rolls Royces are great, but a lot of it's just a name.
Yeah.
But that's like
And
everything.
honestly, they haven't updated their designs
Like-
properly in
Like,
years.
there's a lot of cars,
There was one design that both Mercedes and Infiniti were working on together. Like, and they made the same engine,
Was
same
it the
design and
single-seater?
stuff like that. I don't remember what it is. No, it's not a single seater. It's like a normal car on the road. But the thing is, the Mercedes one costed like 10 to 20K more than the Infiniti one, simply because of the Mercedes name. It's same car and everything though.
That's why do you know a lot car enthusiasts will know, but do you know of the Lexus LFA?
I love the LFA.
That's the thing, right? You don't know about the LFA? It's arguably one of the best sounding cars on the planet.
It's okay.
And it's a legend.
Do you want to edit it in? I want to. Let me find the sound because seriously, the LFA is one of the best sounding cars
You know, the sound design for the exhaust was designed by Yamaha.
Really? What? How does that happen?
It was tuned by Yamaha.
Dude, that's so crazy.
The LFA.
Can you imagine a car just like driving through it and it's just a piano?
They
have a really clean exhaust note.
Okay, here's. Send money to loved ones abroad. I'm gonna buy YouTube Premium. This is like the package.
That's what they do to you. That's how they get.
I have YouTube Premium. My dad got fed up. It's not.
I don't think the video is doing enough justice.
Yeah,
but
it's not the loudest. It's not the loudest, but it's one of the cleanest.
Yeah, and it's like a pure engine
You know what's
sound.
so stupid? I didn't know that your tires could change like the sound of your car. Like I didn't know that. No. Let me explain.
No, I mean fair enough.
Yeah, let me explain. Right. So my tires. So I started learning in a Volkswagen CC. And I love that car, by the way. I love that, like, drive on that thing is amazing.
Does it have a tight steering or a loose steering?
Tight.
I can't do
I love
loose
tight
steering.
My Acura is loose.
So the thing is, right? I love this car, but basically, since I've learned with it, right? It had really bad like traction. As in, like, I would try going if I stopped at a stop sign on a hill, right? And I tried like going.
Did you have traction control?
It would go. It would literally just go. Yeah, it would literally just go.
You can turn it off.
Really?
On our cars.
Well, that's where.
I don't think you can turn it off.
There's a little button.
I don't think you can turn it off.
There's a button?
Dude, mine's like 2011.
Mine's
2008.
You can turn it off on most cars. It's a setting somewhere.
It's like really, it's really deep in the settings.
Yeah.
I don't think I did though. But in any case, right? So like when I try getting up, it just creates skid marks. Literally,
Right.
I was trying to get home from school one day. I was here, right? car in front of me.
Sid's
car
burning out
bumper
trying to go forward.
Dude, literally, like, car is bumper to bumper with me on the hill. Okay, which already, that's like a no-no.
Dude,
okay?
I hate when
Because
people tailgate you.
That's
It's
what I'm saying.
just
No,
keep the
tailgating is
gas.
okay. Tailgating is one thing. Tailgating on a hill is
Yeah.
another beast on its own. Because your car, when you start it, right, it'll
It'll
move
go back a
little
bit.
bit.
Yeah.
So
'Cause
I'm
the
always scared that it's just gonna move back and bump into them, right? So because of that, I have to immediately turn on the gas so that it doesn't
it burns
go
out.
that. So it doesn't go like back, right? So I do that, and it just goes. Like literally, you can hear it. I had a friend in the passenger seat. He's like, "Was that us?" Because-
Wait. So, to put it onto the gas, did you have to like put your other leg on,
What do you mean?
or did you just insta switch your one leg?
Insta switch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
okay.
where the problem came. I didn't know
No,
that you.
no. If you put your other one, on,
It would have worked.
it
Yeah.
would, no. It would have unless you timed it well. It would have been worse.
No,
Really?
it would have been better as long as
Oh,
you
because
don't-
I would have just
No,
No.
as long as you don't rev it too much, it would have been fine.
Well, sure, but he would have been Oh, yeah, that's true.
Because
He would've
because
just revved.
because you wait, were you going from brake to gas or neutral to gas?
break together.
Oh,
gas. I'm saying he would have burned out if he had both legs on the same time.
well,
But
no,
I didn't do it
you
for
don't
that
burn
long.
out.
It
But
wouldn't
the
have been
thing
for
is,
that
yeah,
long.
wouldn't
Wait,
it,
if
it
your
would have
car
probably
rear wheel
worked
drive
better.
or all-wheel drive?
I think rear.
Oh, then he would have.
It's definitely rear wheel if it's burning out.
No, but dude, it was
Oh,
so
yeah, you're
funny.
right.
Though. It was so funny. The skid,
Like,
like
I
it
can't
created
burn
skid marks
Yeah.
there, and
You
I
burned
saw
up.
it the next day. Dude, that was so funny. But like, yeah, I got so pissed, right? And so I was telling my dad, I was like, it has like no traction and stuff like that. And he's like, oh yeah, well we did buy those tires like a few years ago, and I
Oh,
was
no.
like, what?
You're supposed to replace tires
every 5-4 years. So what you
Yeah,
do? So what you do is, especially if you have a rear wheel car, since the drive is in the back,
Yeah.
you want to take the back tires, put them in the front, take the front tires, put them in the back, like.
unless
a
you have a
year-
car that has
No, but
different.
then like I look at the
Sizes.
tires, right, and he's like, oh yeah, these are how the tires are supposed to look, and he shows me a picture. We go outside, look at the
It's just
tires.
slick
It's
tires.
just slick tires,
Yeah.
and I was like, dude, you're making me drive with this. I'm like a student.
Dude, if it's
driver, and you're doing
raining, you're
that.
fucked.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
in the rain, it's like.
Sid's driving on slicks.
I don't know
No,
where it's
but you know
moment.
what? You know what? You know what?
Tire.
Hey, but you know what? I deserve kudos for driving with those tires
Yeah.
when I'm learning to drive, alright?
Yeah.
So finally I
up.
get new tires. So then I get like new tires, and when we're doing that, my dad's like, oh, you gotta do research on this. So you learn how
What
it
tires
works.
did you buy?
So I do it, I think I either did Continental or something else, I forgot.
No Michelin.
Not Michelin, because the Michelin
I
ones
hate Michelin.
apparently were the type of model I was looking at. It was really overpriced for the quality that they were giving.
Michelin.
It was
I have
apparently not
beef
that
with
good.
Michelin, but we only have Michelin tires, and it really bothers
Oh,
me.
really? So, anyways,
I'd
but
be
yeah,
fine.
so when I was looking, right, comments are saying like, "Oh, these are pretty quiet tires. These are pretty quiet tires." I'm like, "What do you mean quiet tires? Do they just like not squeak or something?" And then my dad's like, "No. Like it has less
Yeah.
sound on the road." I was like, "What? That's the thing?" And so he said, "Yeah. So you know the sound that you hear when you're driving. There's like the engine sound, but then there's the like you can hear the
Yeah,
car sound."
Yeah.
I was like, you can get rid of that? So he says, yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. Put in the new tires. My life has changed for the
Yeah.
sound of a car. I didn't realize that the sound of a car could also be dictated by the tires.
The sound of the car.
But my god.
There's so many
There's
things.
so many things.
Yeah.
There's so many things.
But that's the thing. But yeah, the sound.
You know
cars,
what's the funniest though? Have you ever heard someone rev in a Prius?
Yeah.
Because it's like
The
it'll
hybrid
sound, it'll
Priuses.
sound like the hybrid
Yeah.
Priuses. It'll sound like, and then it goes 1, 2, 3, 4 miles per hour. Like it just goes up like that slow. Have you heard Gabriel Iglesias'
Yeah.
car
Yeah.
impression?
Oh,
Dude, he is actually really good at
especially the
impressions.
door.
Yeah, the door. Yeah,
The door is so
I
good.
love Gabriel Iglesias
The-
so much.
the most
All the stories
interesting
about India too. those are
the
so
most
good.
interesting tune sounds are like when you when you test horsepower, you test it on a
Yeah.
dynamometer.
Because it's
It's like a little.
Dynamometer.
Everyone calls it a dyno. That's why.
you know in Cars 3 when he's doing like the simulation and his tires are like plugged in.
Oh, yeah.
That's the best way I can
that's
explain
like a fake dyno.
Yeah,
But essentially,
yeah.
you're on like treads and then you just drive.
Mm.
Show the Stradman clip of the Nissan GT.
Yeah. So the point is when they rev, but you don't hear it shift up. So it keeps going up and up and up and up. And usually when you hear a car, you go, right?
Mhm.
It's just, it just keeps going up. It's so anticlimactic.
Yeah,
you
because
want
you just
it to
want
shift,
to hear the shift.
but
yeah.
it's not shifting. Yeah, no. So
It's also when you feel like your engine's gonna.
I
blow.
hate Rolex.
Why?
I hate Rolex for the. I love Rolex's watches.
Okay.
I hate Rolex for the same reason I hate Ferrari. I love Ferrari's cars, but I hate them for the same reason I
Okay.
hate Rolex.
Which is.
So
Did Rolex do the same thing?
Rolex has been doing the same thing.
What?
So
I didn't know that one.
imagine you have $12,000, right? You want to spend it on a nice watch. It's a nice investment. It's going to go up in value probably. And you want a nice timepiece. So you head into your nearest Rolex dealer, right? And you go up to the salesman and you're like, I'd like to buy this Rolex. And he's like, okay. Do you have the money? Yeah. Cool. So we don't have a Rolex available for you, but we can put you on the wait list.
Oh, I heard.
And
about
then you say, okay, how long's the wait list? A few years at most. Sorry, a few years at least. But if you help me out, I'll help you out. So if you buy 50,000 worth of this jewelry, then you can get a Rolex sooner. Because there's this under the table dealing. And you won't get a Rolex for years if you don't prove exclusivity. You have to be of a certain caliber to get a Rolex. That's why everyone gets Rolexes from secondhand dealers. Because you can't get a Rolex. You have $15,000, you can't walk into a Rolex dealership and get a Rolex. Because to Rolex, one person's $15,000 is worth more than another person's $15,000, which is never how it should be. And it's the same thing with Ferrari. You can't just go to Ferrari and buy a car. You have to have a certain net worth. You have to have a certain status. You can't just get a Ferrari. That's why people get secondhand Ferraris. Because you can't go to a Ferrari dealership and be like, I have $500,000. I'll buy a car cash.
Yeah.
Because $500,000, your $500,000 isn't worth as much as another person's $500,000. And then there's the Ford GT where you need to be invited to buy it.
Oh,
But,
Captain Sparkle's got it.
Yeah, but
Really? You have to be invited to buy
You,
it?
A
you
lot
have
of-
to sign up and sign up / invited.
a lot of
I mean-
car YouTubers don't get it. Even if
buy
they're
secondhand.
major figures in the Stradman. I don't know if you know who he is.
He didn't
He
get
owns
it.
a Bugatti, and he didn't
With
get it.
Veyron, right?
Yeah, he owns a Veyron. He
He-
didn't get
He
invited.
said
I
he
mean,
might get
does-
another one.
Invitation
Or
doesn't
another
sound
one.
that bad because they're like telling you that it's invite only. It's not like as bad as you
Under
having
the
the money,
table.
like
No,
having
no,
it
definitely.
available, but
It's
not
not as
getting it.
bad, but I still think it's stupid what Ferrari
Because
and
that's
Rolex
the
do.
same thing. Like that's what what is it called? Rolls-Royce does. They're very clear about the fact that you need
Right.
to have that sort of stature and
Right.
stuff like that. Whereas the thing that like Rolex and those
Rolex
guys
does
do
this
is
under
very,
the
like, shady.
table dealing stuff where if you buy 10 watches that you don't want,
Yeah.
maybe you can buy the watch you do want.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
Also, another thing with like the dead mouse thing.
Oh yeah.
Can I
Dead-
explain this?
yeah, you can go
Because
for it.
I'm really pissed off about this. So dead mouse, he had a 488.
You know Dead Mouse,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
DJ.
the
artist,
the
yeah.
DJ.
Was it a 488 or a 458?
488.
I think it was, so. He had this 488.
I'll put a
Ferrari.
picture of it up.
He had it wrapped in a neon cat thing, and he replaced the badging on it, and he called it Purarri. Okay, nice joke. It's his car, whatever.
He bought it. It was
Yeah.
his. He wasn't financing it.
Ferrari sued him for defamation.
Really?
What?
Did they win?
Yeah,
Wow.
they won. They got rid of he sold the car and he got a Lamborghini instead.
And he did the same thing.
Yeah, he did the
And
same thing.
Lamborghini didn't say a word
But
because
the-
who cares?
Yeah, but I think it's so stupid. You don't own what you own.
Yeah.
It's the stupidest thing.
You know BMW is probably doing the most stupid
Oh, the
thing
heated
they
seats thing.
It's not just heated seats. It's
Is that-
it's
what is
most
it?
creature
What is
comforts in a car.
Really?
They're
Charging
for
monthly
newer
fees.
cars, they're charging a subscription fee.
$18 a month to get heated seats, even though the car has heated seats installed,
They can so of course you can't do that in the cars that we have
because they don't have
it's
that
all
technology.
mechanical. But in the future, their whole thing is for some future cars, they're saying we can disable it electronically.
Okay, wait, no. So if you have to configure it at the DMV to have heated seats before, all cars will have heated seats, but in the DMV you have to pay extra for the heated seats. But after the fact, if you didn't pay for the extra heated seats, you can pay the monthly fee. That's what they're doing right now for the new X.
And it'll be Sirius XM. It's like another Sirius XM.
Yeah.
Except it's for
Holy-
heated seats.
Holy crap!
It's
dude.
like-
And Mercedes might.
Mercedes will. That's why. That's another reason I hate cars like Tesla, because they can disable
wanna talk about
everything
Tesla anymore.
remotely. If you get
especially
your
if you
car-
miss a service.
If you
miss
if you
a
get your
service,
car
all the
at
same.
a non-Tesla mechanic, right? They'll disable your car.
That's why I'm very against this much technology. Like, it's cool having Apple CarPlay, the electronic.
Apple CarPlay is fine. It's cool having an iPad on your.
But I think it's sometimes a bit too much
Yeah.
when it can
It
literally
gets-
control your
At
whole
that
gets
point,
scary
it's
when
not your
technology's-
car.
Yeah. No, forget that. Like, forget with cars. I agree with the details thing where, like, when the way the technology is like going, where technology is so implanted in everything, it's really
Some things
scary
just
how
don't
much-
need it.
What you own is not in your control.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's my
This-
issue with.
And it's going to. Sorry to cut you off.
You're fine.
But it's going to go into everything.
Yeah.
It's not just
And
cars.
and you can say that like, oh well, it's your choice of using the technology and stuff, but a lot of the times it actually isn't. Like, it's just being kind of forced into your life as well, right? Like with the car thing, right? I just want a car.
Exactly.
But it's kind of like you need to have to deal with
Especially
this
with
for you to get that
EVs.
car.
If EVs are going to become standard, they're all going to have it.
Yeah.
Because it's an electric vehicle. Of course, it's going to have all the.
connected to the internet.
Yeah. Which, okay. I think carbon neutral might be a better solution than EVs, just because how are you going to get rid of so many already like perfectly running cars
That's a really good point.
and replace it all with EVs? That's a lot of, but that's a whole other argument that
Things
maybe
like
for later.
E85 fuel. But and then you have
Oh, E85 is different.
you have a lot of cars that already support it.
Yeah.
Like the Civic.
Well, no, it's not about. It's about finding the right fuel for the
Exactly.
car. It's like the cars don't need to change. Like when okay, this is way off topic, but Sebastian Vettel, he drove old vintage F1 car with carbon neutral fuel, and it worked perfectly fine. Same speed, everything. So
I know, yeah, if they put more effort into, but they won't do it.
because they want
Because
to get
EV
money,
is a more lucrative market.
and it's also like
Yeah.
cooler, you know.
The thing is, carbon neutral. At this point, we're so far in EV technology that it's cheaper to develop an EV car than contribute
neutral.
towards the fight towards
Yeah.
carbon neutral fuel. Carbon neutral fuel is ultimately a more long. It's ultimately a better solution if you want to
Reduce waste
Redu-
overall.
exactly
Mm.
because there's EVs are not even a dent in the wide expanse of all the cars on the
Especially in
planet.
countries like India, China, Africa.
You don't see Teslas in India.
Well,
I don't even think they ship to
So
India.
so there's another brand called MG Hector. They make
They do
they
EVs
have
in India.
in EV one,
Okay.
I think, but India's okay. When I went there, a bunch of people were talking about like how India's gonna push to try to like, you know how rickshaws and autos, they're going more electric.
Yeah.
India's gonna try to push that, make a bill so that it's easier for like normal people to also get electric cars.
Got it.
But
Yeah, but it's really difficult. And another thing that I was thinking with that is, right, the problem with electric vehicles is I don't think people are ready to change to them. A lot of people still have this like preconceived mindset about like, oh, the mileage is really
Right,
bad.
definitely.
Oh, it's gonna take a long time to charge. Oh, blah,
No,
blah,
even
blah,
my
blah,
mom has that
blah. Oh yeah, even
notion.
Yeah,
Honestly, I don't blame them.
yeah,
It's a valid.
yeah. It's a valid thing, but then the problem is I think it's gonna take a long time
Definitely.
to change that notion.
Yeah.
Especially also just the price thing too, right? A lot of people have that thing to like, oh, Teslas are super expensive.
they're
Oh,
actually
those
really cheap
comparatively
compared
to other premium cars.
yeah, Tesla.
They're on the cheapest side.
70K.
They're a very expensive car, by the way. We're not.
We're
saying
not
that, but
like-
yeah, but it's like comparatively to other premium cars
At
and
the
stuff
same
like
time,
that.
though, I don't blame a lot of people for Tesla doesn't deserve the quality for the price.
I don't like Tesla personally, but that's just because of what they do when you don't service a car or if you try to.
I
tinker
also
with your
think
car.
their quality control sucks. Like you can't.
There's so
get
many
a,
misaligned.
You know, when
pieces
you get a
sometimes.
car from the dealership, you obviously inspect it a bit, right? Teslas, you have to do a thorough, like 20-minute inspection. You have to look into because there's no way it didn't get delivered. There's no way it got delivered without a scratch or a dent. Most Teslas get delivered with a dent somewhere, or the plastic got mismatched or something.
But I think it's just I think people aren't particularly ready for that change
No,
in a lot
definitely.
of things. Actually, because I was looking at another company and stuff like that, which is completely out of like cars.
Right.
I'm completely going off
it's
cars.
a general thing.
But
right?
yeah, what I was seeing with that is that like there's so many better ways to do things, so many more efficient ways to do things,
But
and stuff
people
like that.
aren't.
But people aren't ready to change it because it's just so difficult. And I recognize that within myself too, right? Like there are definitely things out there that's like easier to do stuff than
Yeah.
like what I have, like better for the environment and stuff like that, right? Probably not even that much more expensive. But for me to switch to them,
It's
I
because
don't have that kind of
people
mindset.
aren't attuned to people aren't attuned to speak apparently. Attuned to change.
Yeah.
Like it's like we're procrastinating change.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
yeah.
like that's a better option. I'll figure it out later.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
That's
like we
literally-
have so
it's-
much time to figure it out.
It's not that they're like scared of it. It's just that they have what they're already comfortable with. So why
Yeah.
change?
Arguably, they are scared of it. A lot of
Yeah.
people are scared of change because
I
because think of
just
it-
like change.
Oh well,
so
like
much.
taking a risk to like move on from what you're comfortable.
exactly. I mean, you can think of it at even just stepping out of your comfort zone, like
Like a lot of people still use the washing machines that are
The semi-auto.
no the top filling ones.
Yeah.
The
Oh.
one where you put stuff in the top, right?
Yeah.
And now they're coming out, a lot of companies are coming out with like new versions of them and stuff. But ultimately that's the old technology that like
Exactly.
you
People are-
put it
it's
on
creature
top and stuff
comfort.
like that, right?
that's
But you know what's the thing though? They're selling it as like, oh, this is like the best and things like that. But I thought about this logically for a second, okay? How is that supposed to give you a better wash than a drum like this? Because a
Yeah.
drum like this, your clothes are going up, falling down with gravity.
Exactly.
Gravity is helping it
It's
out.
also easier
With the
to like
top
take
drum,
it out. And
No,
put
no,
it
no,
in.
forget that part. But
That's-
with the top drum, right? It's all of it is just being spun this
Centripetal
way.
force.
Yes, centripetal force. Nothing is being moved around because there's
It'll
no
just be on the edges.
gravity to push. Like it's all
Yeah.
just gonna
It's
stay
just
down.
spinning.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, how does this? Why is this a better sort of thing? But people are like, oh, the older thing is better, and I was like, is it really though?
there's
Is it?
some innovations that are dumb.
Yeah.
I think a fridge with a screen is kind of dumb.
Yeah, like
What are you gonna use the
Yeah.
screen for? Playing Snake? Like,
Yeah, I know, exactly.
There's a video of these guys. They went into a Best Buy and they played a Clash Royale match on the
I
fridge.
see.
that's kind of funny, but like that's the only use case.
Yeah.
Play it on your phone.
It's not a real use case though.
Exactly.
They had to like find
like,
a loophole.
oh, I'm gonna leave a sticky note in my
The only
fridge.
thing that I thought about with it, the only thing that I thought about with this is right. That's kind of smart with it is that some of the fridges that have those like screens,
They have
and
a
stuff like
camera.
that, they have a camera and they have a thing where you can input what you have in the fridge, so you know what's in there.
No,
so
that's-
if you're
that's
out
really
of it,
smart.
if you're out of it, right, you can immediately order it from there, or it tells you like, yo, you gotta order it, like
there
you gotta
are
go get this
non-screen
and stuff
fridges
like
that do that. Is the thing.
Yeah, you can.
And-
They're the ones where you can like scan it and stuff.
Exactly.
Like
No,
that.
but there are also the fridges that like you can like see through the screens.
No,
like,
that's what
in,
Atharv
in case
I
you don't
have.
know what
I-
to like.
that's what I
Atharv has
have. So
one
if
of
you
those.
knock twice, then you can see what's inside.
Really?
Yeah.
You should-
So I think
you
that's
have to.
I
That's
think
cool.
that's a useful system,
Yeah.
but I don't because and it wasn't much more expensive than
A
regular
normal
fridges
fridge.
these days. We were like, it's worth the
It was
upgrade
more like an
for a good
add-on.
feature. Exactly.
Mhm.
But these screens are worth like they cost like 1,000 plus more.
It's Samsung.
Yeah.
The industry standard with tech, Apple and Samsung are
That's what
doing
I'm
this.
saying. How long is it till I
Like,
so I replaced the screen on like an iPhone 5s.
oh, I remember
Right?
this.
How long is it until I get my iPhone 17 Pro Max and I replace my screen because it cracked and Apple bricks my phone?
No, they're actually going backwards with that.
They are. Apple is doing
Apple's
more
doing-
right to repair.
okay.
But my point isn't Apple. My
It's general
of
tech.
course discarding Apple. It's how long until I want to repair my phone myself because I don't want to spend so much money
Yeah.
going to
No,
an
I
authorized
get what you're saying. Yeah.
and they brick my phone.
That's an issue with the tractor. Like,
Tractors do that?
so John, it was the Deere.
John Deere,
Deere.
no way.
Yeah.
So I forget, but it was in right to repair. I was watching this thing about right to repair, and they cited specifically farmers are not allowed to work on their tractors. They will get, so sometimes they have contracts with John Deere so that they can use the tractors, right?
Mhm.
They will cancel those contracts if they try to change like the oil or
Will it
something.
be like they void a warranty?
Yeah.
I mean, okay, see,
I mean,
voiding a warranty
No,
is one thing.
not like that. But like, the whole thing is they're not able to get the parts to do it.
Oh.
So
So
there's
you have to get it
so
secondhand.
you have to get it from. There's no second hand. Who's
Because
gonna
you can't get it first hand in the
Exactly.
first place.
Exactly.
You
Selling
can't sell
it.
secondhand.
And no one's gonna take apart a whole tractor just to sell the pieces.
Exactly.
So you have to go to the manufacturer.
That's crazy.
That's
yeah.
really stupid.
Yeah, that's.
When Aditya mentioned tractors, I was imagining a tractor getting remotely bricked.
Yeah.
The
Can you imagine?
engine
You're like
just
plowing a field and you're just
Yeah.
shit.
Lamborghini
Dang
tractor.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like dang it. I
Aw,
can't. I can't
man.
do
I gotta
anything
softer
anymore.
up the.
Yeah.
the
You know Lamborghini used to manufacture tractors,
Yeah,
Really?
that's right.
and
What?
Ferruccio Lamborghini. The reason he started building race cars and
Because
fast
Ferrari
cars is
didn't-
because Enzo Ferrari was like
Enzo Ferrari was such a douchebag.
Ferruccio Lamborghini had a Ferrari. Transmission failed. He goes to Enzo Ferrari because he's also an engineer, and he goes,
Enzo Ferrari was
Ferruccio Lamborghini made tractors, so he was like, I'm an engineer, I know what I'm talking about. He goes to Enzo Ferrari, and he's like, he looks at the car, and he's like, your transmissions kind of suck, because they break easily.
Yeah.
And Enzo Ferrari's like, no, you just suck at driving.
Yeah, you're driving it wrong.
You don't know how to drive a Ferrari.
Okay, but to be fair, back then Ferrari was more about racing than
True,
actual.
but
road
even
car
still, that's a
racing.
shitty thing
Yeah.
to
That-
say.
that is.
I mean, it should still work as like a normal car, even if it's like about racing.
Yeah, no, but Lamborghini then went out and made faster cars.
What was their first car?
That's really
actually?
good. Yeah.
I don't know. I think the Miura, maybe.
I don't know.
But yeah, that's
Mira was the first
crazy to me
supercar.
that like that's how like technology is going.
It's gonna get
It's-
worse.
No, it's
So
really
scary.
me and Sid were talking earlier about.
Bro, imagine getting brick from your brain. to the Miura.
We were talking
Dude,
earlier.
the freaking what is it? The
Dude,
the
chip?
Neuralink.
The Neuralink.
I
Yeah.
never. That scares me. But me and Sid were talking earlier about the DuPont case.
Ah, yeah.
And
What's the DuPont case?
so DuPont, you know the DuPont.
Is that the hotel?
No, the company.
No.
The Teflon.
Yes, Teflon. The whole Teflon thing with the C8 whatever. I watched a movie on it. It was actually a really good movie.
We watched a documentary in class.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
So,
But that didn't do justice to how bad it was. That
No,
didn't
it was
talk
really
about, It
bad.
didn't talk about what the actual situation
you
was.
you could. There's
Yeah.
5 terminal diseases that you could get because of Teflon.
Yeah.
It was really bad, and it was in a lot of products. But
We used to use Teflon.
I think
Continue, sorry.
I think everyone had a little bit of that C8 thing. That
Yeah.
that
yeah.
At this point,
C8's like a chemical that your body can't break down, so it just stays there forever.
it's a carcinogen.
Yeah.
So my point was that we're getting to the point where you don't even know what you're consuming anymore.
Mhm.
You like even if you go to the grocery store and like buy an apple, there's so much stuff added in.
Also, I don't know what the thing with GMOs is. Like, I don't think it's that bad because GMO is
Yeah.
like GMO is such an overarching
Okay.
term of literally just
bananas are genetically modified.
Yeah, exactly.
Like-
it's like I
So
don't.
some of it's actually like benefit, like disease.
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
exactly. But
exactly.
people say
Disease
GMOs and they're like, GMOs.
If
Like,
you
I
drink
don't like.
completely non-GMO milk, I mean, of course, we have the organic non-GMO milk, but there's GMOs. If you drink completely non-GMO milk, you're gonna die.
Everything.
Like, that's the whole point.
GMO stands for genetically modified organisms.
Exactly.
At this point of time,
Everything
everything
is
is
genetically
genetically
modified,
modified.
yeah.
I don't care how organic it says it is.
Yeah.
It is genetically modified.
Using
in
any
some
type of
way.
fertilizer
Yeah,
has
it's
some effect.
No, but
It's
coming
just
back to the... Sorry to cut you off.
yeah, no, you're good.
But coming back to the you don't know what you eat, as Aditya said, the Teflon thing was... It went unknown for years.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
No one knew until it all came out. And now we know to avoid Teflon. But no one did know until it came out. Who knows what habits we have right now
that are bad.
actively
Yeah,
harming
they're
us.
actively
I was
harming us.
That's a scary thought. We don't know what
Yeah.
we're doing.
I was talking to one of my managers when I was at work, and we were talking about something similar about like the Teflon thing, and he's like, you know that apples, so that they're served year round, they just put them in a room and like spray them with some chemical that keeps them fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's a
that
preservative.
I didn't know that. That
Yeah.
blows my mind. That's
Yeah.
so
No, they
screwed
do
up.
with a lot of things, and
You know, you have to wash apples after you're getting them from
Yeah.
the grocery store
Yeah.
because it's a coating.
They're
on it.
so shiny, dude. I
Yeah.
didn't know.
it's like a waxy, like that sort of coating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but it's for me, it's like ignorance is bliss in a way, where
Yeah.
I just kind of think, okay, you know what, whatever.
If I die.
Also, yeah, if I die from like some waxy apple, like I
give up
like,
at
what
this
am I-
point.
Yeah,
like,
it's like I can't do anything about it. That waxy apple, it deserves the win. Like I don't know.
it's the
at that point.
mentality that like if a serial killer is chasing me at this point, like how much can I run?
Yeah, it's
Like-
it's, like, but the thing with that is, I think there's both warranted panic and unwarranted panic at the same
Yeah.
time. Because, like, when I'm saying that, I mean, like, the warranted panic is that, like, yeah, okay, maybe a DuPont case happens again. But the unwarranted panic is, like, genetically modified
Yeah.
organisms are going to kill us all.
It's
Like,
the
that sort of
difference-
thing
It's
is
the
just...
difference between caution and paranoia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
No,
is
you're right.
perfect.
You're so right. Yeah.
It's if you're being cautious is great. Always be cautious.
Do your research on like.
Do your
new
research.
stuff.
Be
Yeah.
cautious. Don't be paranoid. You won't be able to live your life.
Exactly, yeah. I also just don't know how much I love the trend of going for all organic, all this.
I
all
thought-
that.
It
I
costs
think
so much more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so much.
If you're gonna do that, just grow it yourself.
Yeah,
honestly.
at that point, just grow yourself.
Because it's more
Honestly-
economical that way. Seriously.
Yeah.
You get the seeds.
Also,
you know
like,
what's there.
straight from the cow milk isn't good for you.
no,
Like, you
humans
know
are
when-
not supposed to
so-
drink cow milk.
So like yeah.
Yeah, it's not our
I'm-
milk.
It was okay. This is also another thing that we were talking about. I think it was Andrew Tate. No opinions on. Okay. Okay. He was like, wait, no, this wasn't Andrew Tate. I don't know why. Okay, there's this video, and I was watching it, and this guy was like, why do we drink cow milk? We're not cows. We're humans. We should drink human milk.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the?
No, but you know what though? Logically. Wait, okay. You know what? Here's the thing though.
He had a point, kinda.
Okay, think about it logically though.
Sid, you have something you wanna
like
tell us?
yeah. No. But, okay, no. Think about this logically. Okay, why the heck do we go to every other animal
And drink their
imaginable
milk?
and drink their milk when it's not the correct nutrients for us? It's not meant for us. That's not the nutrients we need. As like.
So we're not getting into this. I can't do this.
One, it's too late into the episode, and two,
No, not just that. Like, there's no way I'm discussing that on the podcast. I can't do that. No way, man. I'm not discussing human milk versus cow milk and the merits of each on the podcast. Okay.
we should make a Venn diagram.
No.
What would happen
In
if
the
you
middle,
just
both
drank-
milk.
Huh?
Never mind.
No.
no.
I'll bleep it out if need be, but you
No,
need to
what
say it
happened
now.
if you just like drank human milk? Like if you just
Okay,
did the
so
entire
here's the
milk,
thing.
would you
You-
get like superpowers?
No.
What if we're supposed?
What if we're supposed to?
We're supposed to
what
be
if
like a
we
taller-
giant? Yeah, what if we're like
Neanderthals,
giant?
that's a
Yeah,
difference.
dude,
They
that's what I'm
drink.
saying. What if we were supposed to be like humongous?
We could have also been really small.
No,
Just cut
no,
it
no,
down.
but like we get. But the thing is, that's not. Because the point is that what if we got the correct nutrients out of it, right? We
That's
got, like,
true.
the correct
What is
thing.
our natural predator?
Naturally, though,
What's a
I
natural predator?
Yeah, I've been thinking about everything has a natural predator.
what's
what is-
our natural
what is
predator?
our-
Each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like no, but back
That's the reason why
Cannibals?
we are literally invasive
Candles?
species.
cannibals.
Oh, cannibals.
Humans are just invasive
No, I'm talking about like
species.
before, like
Before, we were always our worst enemy.
We are the apex predator.
We
That's
are
what the
the
term
Legends.
comes from.
we are the no,
Peace.
no. We are the
It's not a bad
apex
info,
predator.
okay?
So the biggest threat to humans is humans.
Yeah.
and sharks apparently.
No,
diseases.
sharks are actually
Sharks are actually
extremely
nice.
low.
Diseases.
And diseases.
Yeah.
What did the
That's
disease?
crazy.
want
Do
from us?
humans kill more humans than diseases kill humans?
No. There's no the bubonic plague.
No, I mean those are isolated incidents. Hiroshima.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like-
that's true.
Like
Just like the 50 million wars that have.
That's
Exactly.
a good question.
because Hiroshima is humans. You can't say
Hiroshima,
yeah,
Nagasaki
sure.
too.
It was nuclear, like it was a nuclear
Dude, no, that's
blast.
human made.
It
It's
was
synthetic.
human made. I counted as humans brought that up.
No, no,
So
that's
are you
just a
saying,
weapon.
okay, are you saying an average or are you saying total number
Total.
of humans?
Total
killed
number.
by-
I'm
More humans have killed
I actually
humans.
gotta know this now. Now
because
I gotta know
average I think,
I think
like
you might
in the
be
last
right.
year.
Yeah.
Actually, in the last year too, on average, do humans kill more humans or do
Humans are
COVID kill
crazy.
more humans? Like
I think the COVID thing is more isolated because
yeah,
especially with
then,
quarantine.
I
though.
think humans kill.
No,
more
with quarantine, there's
the
Ukraine
amount of
obviously
domestic
happened.
deaths that
Okay,
happen
that's
during
so different.
quarantine.
But Ukraine happened.
Still,
too.
no. Forget about like just the past year, like World
No,
War II, World War
exactly.
One. Like,
I'm
war
saying,
control,
like-
Civil
Okay,
War.
okay, so
War-
there's a
7
thing.
years
Sid has an
war,
answer.
30 years
Maybe
war,
Sid has.
100
a civil
years
war in like 50 different countries.
the Crusades,
Sid, what did you find?
The Mongols.
the Mongols, Mr. Khan.
1 second. Keep
Alright.
going.
My
No,
boy
I mean,
Genghis.
you just every war just results in
The
so many
natives?
deaths.
Mhm.
The natives.
Yeah.
The-
No, that was more disease.
Well, okay, there's
well,
half
no,
disease,
I mean
half
a lot of it was the
actual violence.
Europeans came to
Murder.
this land
And
and then
especially in the Aztec, or I forget, I think it was Aztec, right?
no,
Yeah.
It-
oh
yeah,
sure.
Aztec. The Spanish conquistadors
Sid is reacting
killed
to
them.
something.
So, okay, it's a really difficult explanation.
Okay.
It's a very difficult explanation because the concept with that is that there's a lot of other things you have to include when you think about humans versus humans, right? Which
Mhm.
is that pollution exists.
Oh,
So
that's a
air
really
pollution-
good
So,
point.
poisoning.
so what they're saying is 475,000 humans are directly killed by other human beings, okay? Whether
Right,
that be
like murder.
murder and stuff like,
Like
that.
per
right?
year.
Per yes, each year.
Oh my god.
Murders, war, etc., right? But that doesn't include pollution kills around 7 million people. Like
7,000,000?
yeah, I
Because it
think
reduces your
7
lifespan
million people
insane.
per year.
Like think
Yeah.
about the average lifespan.
The
That
the
is
World
so
Health
true,
Organization, the World Health Organization estimates that air pollution kills
Alone.
about 7 million people per year, making it one of the leading causes of death on the planet.
Just think about
Think
India.
so what they're thinking
No, like is
no,
it
so then-
reducing lifespan or like actual like suffocation?
Kill it.
Oh,
I don't
No,
know what
but
suffocation.
I think
it
it
is
is like-
suffocation. It can
that.
also be diseases caused by air
Yeah.
pollution.
Exactly.
Like-
so
Like
are
lung
diseases
cancer.
caused by air pollution
I
death
doubt
by
that
disease or death by humans?
humans because it's
Humans.
synthetic.
Humans cause.
It's synthetic.
And so that's another thing, though. But then that gets really difficult, right?
Where did the
because
diseases come from?
no, what?
Where did the diseases
Oh,
come
the-
from?
No,
well, that's
exactly.
diff-
There's the thing. So here's the thing. Oh, okay, it's mosquito diseases. Diseases spread directly by mosquitoes. Okay, let's take that as like because that's not in human control. Okay,
Yeah.
let's say that that's not in human control.
Right.
Okay, that's 725,000 people a year. Okay,
Still insane.
but they're saying that technically human to human transmission of
It's on
diseases
humans.
is on humans.
I wouldn't count
Such as
that.
HIV, AIDS, and such like that.
That is on humans. HIV.
I
and
mean,
AIDS
No,
is on
those
humans.
types of diseases. But like
STDs are on humans, but
well, if you don't
when
know,
you-
then
that's even if you
I feel-
don't know
okay.
it's
I think human on human has to be a bit
It
more
has to be
with the.
okay. If it's even if it's like that though, that still means
It does- I don't-
7 million is still
I don't
pollution.
say I don't think it needs to be with the intention.
No, not
Because-
with the direct intention, but okay, human to human interaction will
With
occur.
for benefit. Because
What do you
air
mean?
pollution is usually brought on as a result of human benefit.
Yes, that's so. If it's a byproduct of a human thing that doesn't necessarily have to occur, but I would say that's human on human. But if it's something that's just normal
That's a
human
fair point,
interaction,
because-
then I wouldn't count.
Because
it.
at that point, if you get malaria and you're a sick person and you're in quarantine, if you don't know you have malaria, of course you know because malaria is a bad example, but you get my point.
Well-
If you have a transmissible disease, but you don't realize it and you just think that like
That's just how the
You're
disease
fine.
works.
Yeah,
in
then-
general.
Yeah,
then
no,
it-
no,
well,
that-
like
that
COVID,
makes
it
sense,
takes
I
a
guess.
Yes,
while
COVID.
to like figure out if you
It's-
have it.
it's arguably that's not a human's fault, but I say still overall humans kill more because
Probably.
you have to account for so many things that are diseases brought on by humans. Lung cancer is
there's a
brought on
lot
by
of
humans.
there's a lot of diseases that we don't think about. So the top 10 leading causes of deaths, okay, according to
CDC?
World
Oh.
Health Organization. Screw the CDC. This is by the way, this is 2019. This is 2019, and
That was a really loud laugh.
wait, what the heck? Oh, this is between 2019 and 2000. Okay, that's the
Okay,
time frame,
that's fair.
okay. So it also doesn't take into consideration anything else that's happened in the recent past. Okay, heart disease, number 1. Stroke, number 2. Chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, 3. 4 is lower respiratory infections. 5 is neonatal conditions. 6 is trachea bronchitis, lung cancers. 7 Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia. 8 diarrheal diseases, 9 diabetic mellitus, and 10 kidney disease.
Are genetic complications on humans?
I
No.
don't think so because
How are
that's
you
like out of
supposed to
our control. We
control
can't
that?
control our own genes.
Arguably, you could just not
because
reproduce.
But because pollution and stuff can cause
Le-
cancer and
Mutation.
stuff.
Teflon can
true.
lead to that. That's also,
Cancer
In-
isn't genetics. That's separate, right?
No, cancer
Cancer
is
is-
tumors can. You can
No, that's not what I'm saying.
No,
I'm
no,
saying
you
diseases.
can cause a mutation that
Yeah.
becomes genetic.
I'm
then.
saying diseases like Down syndrome, Alzheimer's, ALS, dementia. These are all genetic.
Yeah,
Is that on a human?
No, I think
because
it's
you're passing it down human to human.
Yeah.
I think it depends on whether the genetic modification that caused that
How does
disease
it-
to
No,
come
because-
but
from-
no,
because
that
it-
can't be
because
on
a lot-
humans because that's just like natural reproduction.
no, but
No,
the,
but here's the thing,
defense of that view is that if you're passing on the gene, you're technically leading to more and
Not
more
just
cases.
that. These come from inbreeding.
Oh, you're right.
All of these genetic variations, diseases, how blue eyes came from inbreeding.
Yeah, I know blue eyes came from inbreeding.
I like blue eyes.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I think if that's the case, then that's on humans because it was
But
humans'
just a long time ago.
Yeah, it was humans' bad practices that caused it to happen in
Well-
the first place.
I want to interject here because what I said was wrong. I said that these mutations only come from inbreeding. That's not true. Some do, but a lot don't. A lot of them come from the environment or viral infections, stuff like that. So we can't definitively say where a lot of these come from. I swear I learned this in bio class like 2 years ago. I just forgot it because I don't like bio, and then I came up with this stupid thing that I said on the podcast. But yeah, that potentially changes up a bit of the conversation we're having, but I don't want to misinform the podcast, so I am explaining that here. Sorry for the misinformation, and yeah, enjoy the rest of the episode. But it was also the fact that did they
didn't
have a
know-
choice?
Yeah, they didn't know it was bad.
Not only did they didn't know it was bad, did they have a choice?
Yes,
It's still technically humans' fault.
Yeah, because you can't say just because a human just because that's caused by humans doesn't mean it was caused by bad intentions in
Exactly.
the first place.
You can
it's just
say-
that is the sad
can
truth
say
that
they
is
are
caused
to
by
blame.
humans. Yeah.
But you can say they are at fault, but you cannot blame them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I think that ultimately that fault does come onto humans because they caused that to happen in the first place. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It wasn't some sort of external factor. My point being, it wasn't an external factor that did something to. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
It's an interesting episode.
Yeah. No, that was
First
oddly,
cars, then this.
that was oddly philosophical from going from a Toyota Supra going to this now. But I think that that's a really weird thing to think about. I still think it's diseases though.
No, I think it'd be human.
I think humans have caused enough diseases
bec-
for humans to be the
Holocaust.
leading cause of
That's,
human
again,
deaths.
those are isolated. The
Yeah, but
point
they're
being they're
huge.
isolated
The scale of
events.
that is really big.
That's a good
though.
point, though,
Yeah.
because if you account for how many
But
diseases,
then also there's bubonic plague. And
Yeah,
stuff.
okay, but bubonic plague, 1/3 of Europe was left alive. 100 Years' War, the Crusades, 7 Years' War. I think.
and the thing
When-
I
is-
mean, wasn't the bubonic plague also caused by humans because of all the wars and they were just piling up the bodies instead of actually
Well,
carrying
that's-
them?
that's I wouldn't.
true.
I wouldn't put
but
that's
I
a
wouldn't because
byproduct.
the virus originated in rats. Was it rats?
Yeah, I
Yes.
believe so.
Bubonic plague was rats.
I guess, but it was still caused because of something humans
Well,
did.
okay.
Like, it was spread.
I mean, that can be
Everything.
argued about.
The
everything.
bat-
Exactly.
That's why originally I said human to human transmitted disease. Does that count?
Corona?
I say diseases. At that point it's like a thought experiment. At that point, it's like sure the humans created the environment or the circumstances for maybe this disease to originate, but the humans didn't create the disease. The humans the disease was created by rats.
No, yeah, I agree.
Well,
with
I
that.
guess then using that logic, wouldn't pollution also not count because it was
no,
something
because car
like,
pollution.
humans made the environment,
No,
but
listen,
it wasn't.
think
No,
of
no,
it-
no, they actually created.
but it's a
Think of
direct
it-
result.
Think of it if you breathe in bad air, you can get lung cancer.
Yeah.
That's
the bad air is caused by the.
It's
human.
Exactly.
Yeah.
directly
No, I
caused
see what you're
by it.
saying now.
Think of it as like mutual friends versus friends.
But you're right
Yeah.
though.
It's how many connections you have in between. I think at 2 connections, the connection between human and disease expires.
Yeah.
That was the weirdest but most like useful conversation we've had.
Hey, sometimes useful stuff.
I don't even know if it's useful.
It's
It's,
not really
just like
useful.
It's just
random.
interesting.
Yeah.
That is an interesting thing to think about like
We
what.
just got really.
Knees deep in
Because
there.
you know, it's another thing though. Are diseases even alive in the first? Like,
Okay.
are,
It
depends
are
on the
viruses,
disease.
Yeah.
Are viruses even alive in the first place?
That's
To
a
the point where-
huge scientific
to the
Arguably.
point
debate.
to the
Yeah.
point of then we're still the apex predators because the only thing that can take us out aside from ourselves is viruses.
The
But if viruses
Bacteria
aren't even
exists,
alive.
though.
But if viruses aren't even alive, they can't do
Wasn't
that.
the bubonic plague a bacteria?
It was
Was it? Or was it viral infection?
it was
I'm
not
not sure.
fire. I think it was bacteria.
I thought it was bacteria.
Was it bacteria?
Because
A lot of
that
the
type
major
bacteria
plagues are.
cut-
Yeah.
That's so
bacteria.
cool then, because then the only thing that can take out the biggest things are the smallest
That's
things.
so
that's
true.
the circle.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
so
The
cool.
The
circle.
decomposers. It starts with the decomposers though. They
Yeah.
decompose.
I mean, it's not the only thing. A lion could kill me.
I mean,
and I think that's a great note to end the episode. Thank you for listening.
that's why he's
this.
going to India.
That's why.
That's
What?
He's gonna find a
Oh
lion.
man, okay.
Get
Thank
ready.
you for listening to this episode of Saturday Night Discord. If you enjoyed the episode, please leave a like or subscribe. I know it's an abrupt ending, but we have to leave.
Yeah.
And check us out on Instagram, instagram.com/SaturdayNightDiscord. Check us out on Anchor for all our audio platforms, anchor.fm/SaturdayNightDiscord. Check our YouTube channel if you're on any of the Anchor platforms. It's in the description of this podcast. We are posting video and we post pictures of what we're talking about sometimes and videos of what we're talking about sometimes. So it might be a better experience. But overall, that's been it. Thank you for listening, and Sid.
As always, don't put your hand on wasps.